Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Boys Blues, 1975. YouTubers on the rise, reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long Boys Blues, 1975.
This is Dan Dare, Pilots of the Future on the ZX Spectrum. If I'm going to revisit some of my favourite and what I think are the most impressive or just downright fun to play games on the ZX Spectrum, then I'm going to revisit this, released by Virgin in 1986, also released on the Amstrad and the Commodore 64. The Commodore 64, as I have, apologies for the background noise, I do live on the busiest road in the West Country, and even though this is 1986, this is 48K sound only, which is a bit poor really, because the 128 came out in 85, and also a great shame because they put so much effort into the rest of this game. Like, it looks absolutely fantastic. We'll talk more about the presentation when we get into it. The Commodore 64 version, which I have a gameplay, plays nothing like this. This is a run and gun platform adventure game. That's just more of a traditional arcade adventure game, very much worse for it. Haven't played the Amstrad version, don't know. Pretty sure it doesn't look like this and it's not a port. Anyway, Eagle for Boys was a comic that was released in 1985, and it consists of comic book strips, traditional comic book strips, and sort of, you know, advice, how-tos and stuff like that, you know, and novellas, because that's what British comics were like back then, not just like for boys but for girls as well. It's like a mixed bag, because it was aiming for a slightly older audience than like what the Beano and the Dandy were, which was just a collection of, you know, comic book strips and nothing else. But its main protagonist, its most popular strip, if you will, was Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future, which was basically what the 50s would look like if it was in the future. Yeah, forget Fallout. Eagle, or Dan Dare I should say, nailed that aesthetic first. Now I can't remember who drew it, but what he used to do was he used to go to shops, like junk shops and shit like that, and buy costumes and clothing and stuff like that, and dress his wife and kids up and give them props and make them pose in positions. Then he would sketch them and paint them to make it look as realistic as he could. And the artwork is, look it up on Google, the artwork is absolutely fantastic. But Dan Dare and his buddy Digsby, basically the Earth in the future is under attack by the Mekon, who is the ruler of the Treen alien race, who are from northern Venus, or North Venus. So if it was South Venus, then they'd probably be a bit more sort of open for discussing and shit like that. You'd buy them a pint, you'd have time. But they're not. They're Northerners. They're from North Venus, so we're fucked, and that's why the Earth is being invaded. And then eventually the Eagle, not for the first time, was cancelled. Then when it was brought back, so was Dan Dare. But I think, because I had some of these, Dan Dare was brought back as his own great-grandson. And then Dan Dare was a character in 2000 AD for a bit, but he wasn't blonde, he had brown hair, and he was a bit more sort of rugged and, you know, hardcore and brought up for the modern age and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, all that aside, sorry, I have to give you the history of things. Let's get into this. Right, you crash land on an asteroid or a meteorite or whatever, an asteroid, a meteorite's tiny, an asteroid, and it's full of trees and a Mekon, and you have to activate its self-destruct sequence to blow it up before it hits Earth and presumably make it out. Never beat it as a kid. I could beat the first stage easily, but that won't happen today because I can't remember fuck all, because it's quite hard, it's quite challenging. There are 2 sequels, but they're both nowhere near as good as this. Although the third is a looker because it's done by Dave Perry. Anyway, fire. Right, so Dan and Digby, not Digsby, speed over the asteroid. It's got this great comic book. Digby remains on the ship and waits Dan's return. It's going to be there a long fucking time. Dan is now in Sector 1. Right, can you see beneath time? Every time you die, you get arrested and locked up in a prison. Look how they get disintegrated, and your time gets reduced. But underneath that is energy for my gun, because got jump, left, right, Q up, A down, O left, P right, space fire. I'm on the retro game spectrum, so that's a bit of a pain. Bottom right hand corner, that little window, well, stuff will happen, like you'll see the Mekon and shit. But yeah, so you got a really steep time level, and you got ammunition. But look, you've got stuff in the foreground, which is really, you're not so colourful, obviously, but the actual game graphics are really colourful. It was praised back in the day. I want to go down there, I just want to see what's over here. yeah, it was praised back in the day for its visuals and stuff like that. Got great reviews and stuff on the Spectrum. Just not great sound. It's not terrible. It's just 48k. Now, do you remember? That's an elevator, but see that where the blue is, because there's no arrow, that means it's out of order. But do you remember? That's an elevator which I can go down in. So you line yourself up, and there you go, and we can go back up. So it's cool. It's unique game design. I like it. But anyway, do you remember? That's the prison you have to escape from, with a gun outside, because of course it has. Yeah, back in the day, newsagents sold games. Mainly, they had a deal with like Mastertronic, didn't they? This sucks because look. Yeah, mainly with Mastertronic, they had a deal. But there was one down the road in Nelsey. I still go there. It's where all the great charity shops are. Right, what's this? Extra energy. Thank God for that. Yeah, you have to jump on them. Oh. He won't jump down. He's not retarded. Right. Yeah, so there was a newsagent. It was there for years. I loved it. I'm out of ammunition. And it sold games. And they had this in there. Dan falls unconscious for 10 minutes. See, my time's gone down and I start in the prison. Unfortunately, fortunately, it's me come bottom round corner. They give me ammunition because they're stupid. But only half a tank. So yeah, it's super polished. It's just super, super hard. I mean, if you had endless ammunition, I don't think I even poked it back in the day. It would be a different ball game, wouldn't it? Because look, I'm almost out of fucking gas now. But you need to find the bomb, and then you have to take it somewhere and put it in the self-destruct sequence, and then you get to exit that. This is the self-destruct sequence. Look, hello. Look, I'm managing a band, and they're in the booth, and yeah, you get the idea. So, and then it will start flashing, and then once you obviously do it, you open a door, and you go to the next stage. So once you keep progressing, eventually you have to run all the way back through all the levels to here. Can't go down. You have to access the elevator where the arrow is. Yeah, basically it gets big quite quickly, which I've never seen. Awkward, but you know what I mean. And then you have to find your way out. See, that one's a bit pointless. There's no doors up there. Also, your gun range goes a bit funky. Either fires all the way or doesn't. Okay, that was pointless. I've been up here, haven't I? Dan falls unconscious for 10 minutes. Yet somehow finds ammunition. Do I want to go down, sure? It's quite easy to get lost. I'm pretty sure the prison is this way, isn't it? No, I just came out of the prison, sorry. See, how do I get on that one? Where's the bird this feather came from? I'm not doing it any justice. Now take a self-destruct system. Yeah. Because you just leave it knocking around. No, put that down. I like the fact that English, you know, his English is fantastic. Presumably it's his second language. Venusian is his first? Don't know. So obviously, arguably, the first level's not that big. And I'm in the wrong part. Can I go down again? Do I want to go up again? Do I lose the bomb when I inevitably will die? Don't know. Got to go up. I'm pretty sure of it. No, we're going down. Going down, baby. On the express elevator to hell. Going down. Points for the quote. It is sci-fi. Oh, it's all gone quiet. Hey, you're going to let me blow up your ship with ease. Well, I say that. Dan inserts the SDS key, self-destruct system. Elsewhere, a door slides open. So now you find the door and you go to level 2. And then you have to find the bomb on that stage. So it's not massive, but it's a sizable challenge. Yeah, you have to find the bomb on that stage and run back all the way through level 2, back all the way through level 1, and plant the bomb there. Are we learning yet? I don't know, is that the door? Yeah. So, we're in Danson Sector 2. And I'm out of juice. Right, Prisoner Sector 2. We start in Sector 2. That's good, because that would get old quite quickly, wouldn't it? All you need is an infinite energy hack, and it would be so much easier. I'm assuming that's just it is lovely graphics to avoid getting shot, or avoid the enemy, sorry. Prison. No, we're not going that way. We're going this way. That's not prison, sorry. It's just... I mean, I forget how good this game looks. This platforming can be balls. Balls are really hard. Downfalls and constants for 10 minutes. He's got some beans, mind. He's had the absolute living tar kicked out of him. And he's still out there like a fucking champion. A 1950s futuristic pilot of the future champion. Did you see how much health he took off me then? Those guns are cheap as tits. I don't like shit like that in games. Right. Hey, shot, it's me! Look at that. Platforming like a boss. You coming up? Right, floor cannon. Drop on him. Dan can crush floor guns. The effect when they die is superb. Oh, I was trying to jump to avoid the lasers. I forgot that there was a lift there. Oh, look at that. Oh, you motherfucker. Running, always running. So, yeah, like I said, again, apologies for the background noise. It just needed to be a little bit easier. Although, obviously, there are people out there who could beat it. Good for them. We all need life goals. And just 128k sound effects. Well, that was pointless. Was that to avoid the floor cannon if you didn't know that you could drop on them? Run away. Yeah. Right, the sequel, you can play... It's the same game engine, but you're on a floaty bike. What the fuck? Yeah, you're on a floaty bike, and it just hey, doesn't play anywhere near as nice. But it's pants as well. It's graphically very impressive, and you can play as the Mekon. It gives you 2 games for the price of 1. Fuck it. How do we... I don't know. I've got the second... Oh yeah, do I go this way? So I do know. Right. We need... I don't know what way to go. Up. I want to go up. No. Yeah, there some magazines did release a map for it. Oh, look at that. Run, run. Always with the running. Where's the third door? I have to go all the way back into level 2 to find the third door. I must have been able to do the first 2 stages then as a kid. Because I was better at these games as a kid than I fucking am as an adult, and I'm about to fucking plant the second bomb. There's no way I'm going to beat it, because obviously, look how much time I got left. And we're only about to put the second explosive device. And I'll tell you what I have noticed, though, funnily enough, is once you've beat a stage, you will not succeed. Dare bite me, Venusian. Once you succeed in beating a level, then there are no bad guys on it. That's a nice touch. I do like that. A breather, if you will, for our dapper hero. I bet he smokes a pipe. In fact, he does smoke a pipe. Down inserts the SS key. Elsewhere, a door slides open. So, does 2 self-destruct device. So, I think you get what Dan Dare is about. I still think for, you know, a 1986 game, this looks way better than many, many, many other games that came out much, much later. But it's just let down by not having decent sound effects, or that jumping feels so clunky in this. You know, 128k AY chip. Goodness, where's the fucking door? But anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you played this back in the day. Granted, I am a little bit biased towards it, just because of the fact that I bought it at the newsagent. I still remember that in stuff. But yeah, I can't be the only person who fondly remembers this, because all the magazines love the tits out of it as well. Shame about the sequels. But as always, I'd love to know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.